Good morning. Good morning. It's still very strong down here, very strong. This side, I'm looking for more volume. One last time. Good morning. Good morning. All right, thank you. And thank you for indulging me in the customary pantomime of the morning. I'm just trying to get us into the room thinking about what we're doing today. Did you have a good time yesterday, first day of the conference? Always a gamble asking that question. That was the right answer. Thank you very much. First day of a conference in a new place. I had lots of housekeeping to get through yesterday. Obviously, the most important was lunch and the internet. We handled those. One piece of housekeeping this morning. After the lunch, after everything else, we have, of course, the lost property on day 2. We've got some great stuff. It's really interesting. It's an insight into your lives that I never thought I'd have and perhaps never wanted to have. There's a box of this stuff downstairs in the organiser's office. So if you've lost some earbuds, a credit card, that was fun, and other things, then it's in a box in the organiser's office. Go down to level 1 where you come in, ask where the organiser's office is, and they'll take you there and we'll reunite you. A couple of things I want to go through this morning, very quickly before I introduce our keynote speaker. I want to talk about Learn Appeal, I want to talk about the lunchtime session, and of course I'm going to ask you our customary question. So firstly, let me talk about Learn Appeal. Learn Appeal is a charity that is supported by Learning Technologies and a bunch of other vendors and people in the industry. It's all about making sure that you can get the benefits of being online without having to go online. So it's for particularly disconnected communities that want to be able to do e-learning but don't have any connection to the internet. I've got with us here Eric Kimori. Eric's from Kenya, and he's been using Learn Appeal in Kenya. Eric, do you want to just jump up and we'll just quickly talk about what you've been using it for? And Eric's been flown in by us just to share this message. And then after I've embarrassed him by getting him to jump to his feet and talk to everybody, I'll tell you what you can do to help Learn Appeal. So Eric, tell us quickly, how are you using Learn Appeal where you are?
Thank you, Don. My name once again is Eric Kimori from Nyamira, Kenya. The Learn Appeal capsule is helping us in rural Kenya to provide e-learning to disconnected communities, people who have little access or no access to internet at all, people in rural communities where the purchase power of internet is very low. Yeah.
And have you got one example of somebody who's benefited from it and been able to share as a result of it?
Yeah, absolutely. Quite many examples, but I can give one example of a primary school teacher who came to our community learning center in Gesibe in Nyamira, and she took a course in first aid, and within 3 months she had transferred the skills of first aid she had from the capsule to almost the entire school of about 1,000 pupils. And we thought it was quite transformational that kids could be able to get the skills of first aid just because their teacher came to our center and had the skills.
So she got the skills via the Learn Appeal capsule and then was able to transfer it.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. Eric, it's really good to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Don.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eric from Kenya. Thank you so much, Eric. Thank you. So if you want to help, you want to do your part, please go to stand M65 downstairs. There's loads of ways you can help and contribute. Obviously, you can give money, but also you can provide content, you can help with authoring, project management, marketing, bid writing. Leslie told me earlier. Leslie, of course, Leslie Price, who is the driving force behind Learn Appeal, is somebody you should also talk to. Please contribute. This is a great way to help people in Kenya, elsewhere in the world, and also in the UK who want to get the benefits of being online without having to go onto the internet. Let me then talk about our lunchtime session today. It's always a scare on stage. You turn around, I'm expecting to see slides like you normally do, and it's this horrific picture of a 12-foot tall Don Taylor. I did some research last year into the gender balance in our community. I went through a group of about 2,600 members of the Learning and Skills group, people who had volunteered their gender, and I just used the job titles to work out whether they were in senior, mid, authority roles, or practitioner or support roles. The numbers speak for themselves. If you're in a support role, you're twice as likely to be a woman. If you're in a senior authority role, you're twice as likely to be a man. I'm not speculating as to why that is, it's just the data. It's only one look, there may be other data that tells a different story, but that's the numbers we have. And it's particularly bad, sorry, that's a loaded term. You'll notice the gap is larger when we hit the middle here, all right? So if you're a woman, you're more likely to fall behind men in terms of your career development when you hit your mid-40s. There is a link there. It's kind of small, but we'll make sure that gets circulated. You can go and read the original LinkedIn post, which tells you all about how we got to the numbers. The point about this is that Kate Graham is running a lunchtime session today on the level down below this at room 5. So if you go to room 5 at lunchtime, Kate and a panel of 3 experts are going to be talking about, sharing their experiences and talking about women in L&D. It's a great session. We've run it before, and it's really valuable. Men and women, of course, are all equally welcome. And we're looking at discussing this topic. I'm not going to say any more than that, and seeing where we can go with it. Don't worry about lunch. I think everyone who had lunch yesterday know we've got an absolutely enormous place. You're not going to miss out on lunch if you go to lunchtime session. So go to Kate's session, come out, and then get that lovely food that we provided yesterday. Well, not yesterday's food, obviously, that would be silly. It'll be fresh food for today. Moves quickly on to next thing. Finally, our question for the morning. I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to turn to a person, hopefully a new person, discuss it. In 2 minutes, we're going to get quick feedback. And the question is, where do you want to be this time next year? Very straightforward. Professionally. Well, you can share your personal ambitions if you want to, but I'm more interested in the professional side. This time next year, 2 minutes, go. Okay, let's go. What do we got? We got some great thinking. Who is brave enough? Who's brave enough to share their ambition? Nobody. It's where a dull silence falls over the room. I want to raise a hand. Who wants to share their grand ambition for next year? You know I'm going to point to somebody, so you might as well just bite the bullet and throw your hand up. Nobody at all. We have no... Sir, you put yes, no, you did put both hands up. Go ahead. Come on, let's stick the mic to him, come on. He was stretching, that's all he was doing, he was stretching. Go ahead. And the microphone doesn't work.
It does. Try it
now.
again.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, sounds simple, but for us it's a big work ahead. Launching our e-learning to our big event.
Launching e-learning to?
For our major event.
Okay. Well, trust me, I know exactly how important that is, so you've got my backing. And seriously, if I can help out, give us a shout. Yes, absolutely. Got a big project, got to make it work. Fair enough. Anybody else got a big plan they've got for this year? Where do you want to be this time next year? I must remember next year not to ask such a personal question.
Hi. I would like to 1 year from now that we have all the learning part totally integrated in the business strategies, and that we have a 20 minutes learning for everybody every day for your individual path.
20 minutes learning for everybody every day. Come on, that's a great ambition. Love it. Okay, one more. Yes, what do we have?
Hi, I'd like this time next year to come and present some of our research at Learning Technologies.
Oh my God! It just gets better and better. All right, you come see me afterwards, all right? Seriously, some of the best speakers we've always had at LT have been people who've been in the room. They say, you know what, I can do that. I've got a great story to tell. I'm going to buttonhole Don, and I'll be on the stage. And they are. And they always do a great job. If you want to present next year, or indeed any year after that, please just come to me. Always looking for great stories. Speaking of great stories and great things to share, let me get off the stage and get on to our keynote speaker. He's a fellow economics at Balliol College, Oxford, formerly worked in policy at Number 10, helping discuss some pretty serious issues, spends his time researching and writing about the future of work and the implications in particular of artificial intelligence to how we're going to live and learn and work in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Daniel Susskind.